3-day tour of the middle part of Eastern region, and we're happy we've just had a security briefing meeting and meeting with the elected leaders, and just like I spoke yesterday in Meru, the key challenge for Tharaka Nithi County in terms of security is the land question, which is a problem that is repeated all over the country, but every part of the country has its own unique challenge. And for Tharaka Nithi, it is the same problem that was raised in Meru, which is the land bordering Tharaka Nithi and Meru County, and a lot of it is to do with land ownership, lack of titling in some places, double or triple claims to land in some of the places. And this issue has been persistent for so many years. We have a commission that was established by Parliament. Its report is there. We have also many other initiatives that have been done locally with the different administrations. And I think that this issue, we must navigate it in a wise way, with the involvement of the local community to find a lasting solution. I think that is really the major problem in Tharaka Nithi County, land issue and land titling. So part of the problem is going to be resolved by Ministry of Lands giving titles to landowners, and then the rest of the problem is by resolving disputes that are existing between individuals and either who have claim to the title vis-a-vis those who are actually physically occupying the land. So those disputes need to be navigated in a very wise way to avoid inter-community fights. On the other hand, we have also issues related to human-wildlife conflict. As you know, this county also borders Meru National Park, and therefore human-wildlife conflict is being managed by the Kenya Wildlife Service, and we are happy that they are engaging the team, and a lot of effort is being put towards compensations, and we just want to listen to wananchi to see how to make it even more, to make it prompt in terms of resolving that problem. A recent phenomenon that has come up is illegal herders within the national park who end up causing conflict, sometimes stealing livestock from the locals of Tharaka Nithi County. Again, we are working very closely with KWS to flush out illegal herders who come into the national park and take advantage of that opportunity to steal livestock from the local farmers from this county. Other than that, there is also resurgence of illicit brew and second-generation alcohol. There are some of which are brewed in homesteads, and we have ongoing crackdown. We just need to upscale it, and I'll be listening to the chiefs and assistant chiefs to see why they are unable to nip this problem in the bud before it becomes a problem that requires national attention, because the systems that we have should be such that the response must be prompt and must also happen in every locality. So the question is, maybe we will be looking at the relationship between the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, and the enforcers, the police officers who are involved in enforcement. As you know, we've just rolled out Ngapu police unit, and that will also enhance the capacity of the administrators, whether it's chiefs, assistant chiefs, or the assistant county commissioners, to be able to respond to such challenges promptly, having at their disposal enforcement officers who they can work together to make sure that law and order is maintained in every part of our country. Until then, we just need to make sure that the existing security architecture led by the OCS in every police station across the country are doing their job, working together with the chiefs and assistant chiefs to make sure that we do not have to have a national campaign or a national crackdown on alcohol and drugs. It should be everyday duty of the law enforcing officers to make sure that the country is safe. Otherwise, relative to many other parts, this is a very wonderful place to live in. A lot of, the scale of the challenges, unlike other parts where we have raids and banditry and so forth, here in Tharaka Nithi, that is really what is affecting us. Thank you.
Yes, just one question in terms of national security. The families of the 4 young men who are being connected to be documented by BBC, they're saying it's unfair that the small boys are being, wanted for issues to do with false publication, cybercrime, in relation to that particular production. But they say that if it's a matter of false publication, then it should be BBC that is indicted. And so they're worried that those kids face a jail term, possible jail term of 10 years. But according to you and Wakili, you're also a lawyer, CS, do you see any crime that was committed maybe in the publication?
Big issues of investigations, particularly when you talk about the case of publications and so forth, these are things that are in the domain of the DCI. I have no, to be very honest, I cannot involve myself in looking at evidence and looking at who is culpable or not. It will be akin to me interfering with the work of the DCI and the National Police Service. As you know, that they have operational independence when it comes to investigations. Our duty is to make sure that they are facilitated to do so, and to do so in an environment that appreciates the Constitution, laws and the policies that are in place. So the details of who, why, and why were they being arrested and so forth, in the absence of a written explanation from the DCI that requires me to perhaps submit it to Parliament or elsewhere, I do not involve myself in operational issues or investigation issues. I just report what I have been briefed about, and at the moment I have no brief as to the extent of the investigations, and I believe that the DCI will do the right thing, and I believe also the courts will do the right thing, the DPP will do the right thing. There are many structures of checks and balance. Somebody is not just going to be charged, because the investigations are also reviewed by the DPP, and then the courts will find out whether there was an offense committed or not. So on this particular issue, to be very honest, I have left this to the National Police Service to tackle. If and when I am required to account to the people of Kenya, the sector is to account to the people of Kenya through Parliament, I will get a written explanation from the DCI and the National Police Service, then that will be submitted accordingly. Yeah, yes.
My name is Nelson Bosso. My question is about several challenges that people from Tharaka Nithi are facing. One is about the compensation. I think Andy said you know about what happened along the border there. Yeah. So people are asking whether they can get the compensation on the issue.
For the land?
Not for the land, for the wildlife and the killings that are there for our wildlife. Yeah. Number two is about the infrastructure. You find that like where my able MP that we're standing come from, we have the Kodima camp, whereby the infrastructure there is not enough for the police. Recently, he came with a DCC. The DCC has to be accompanied with the other police officers in the office. They have nowhere to sit. Number three is about the replacement of the police. You find that most of camps in Tharaka, after the police have been transferred, there are no other police to replace them. Until one of the camps is close somewhere there. The MP will inform you about that.
I think that you are speaking, actually, you are preempting the Jukwaa. Because those are now the pertinent issues that are going to be raised. As you can see, I'm accompanied by the 2 DIGs. And usually during the meeting, based on the discussions we have, some are resolved immediately, because the officers in charge or the officers responsible for these dockets are here. And so questions of strength, questions of compensation, when it comes to the wildlife issues, we have the Kenya Wildlife represented in the meeting. And as I said, sometimes this was the message we got from Kitui, Makueni, and also here sometimes there is an inordinate delay in the release of funds to compensate people who have been affected by the human-wildlife conflict. And so some of the reports, even though it doesn't touch really with our ministry, because of these security concerns, we are able to forward it and engage. And that's why you see the KWS representative is sitting with us in the meeting to make sure that these issues are escalated. On the specific issues of strength, transfers, those are very key specific pertinent issues. And based on our conversations, sometimes we are able to remedy the situation. The others will be remedied when we finally hire the 10,000 police officers that we intend to advertise in maybe another 1 month, so that we intended to do this month. So if we are able to beat the deadline by the end of this month, that's well and good. But I am confident that next month we should be able to go to the public to hire more young men and women that will now help us to strengthen most of the police stations across the country, whose strength has been affected by deployments to security areas and sometimes to handle certain urgent emerging security issues. But during the discussion, we will benefit from that discussion. It's also important to note that when wananchi ask for a DCC to come to sub-county, sometimes we object in the office and say that no, just wait until we build the infrastructure. But it's wananchi who say, no, don't mind. Yeah, that guy will come and live with us in our homes. Let him first come, we solve the problem, then let the buildings and the car and the So we are always caught in this situation. And you know, wananchi ask this, and your leaders, they ask knowing that once the DCC is in place, they will come back and say, how can a DCC just be here without an office? Yeah, so sometimes we are caught in that situation, and you will see it in the discussion today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Asanteni sana.